Todd Chrisley vs. Kody Brown. Who wins, the worst? Reality TV has given us no shortage of dysfunctional dads and husbands, but two names rise to the top of the chaos leaderboard: Todd Chrisley and Kody Brown. One is a southern real estate mogul-turned-federal inmate with a flair for control and couture. The other is a polygamist patriarch who slowly unraveled his own family on national television. Both men have delivered jaw-dropping moments, questionable choices, and enough red flags to stop traffic. But when it comes down to it, who really takes home the title of worst reality TV dad husband? Let's break it down. Kody Brown vs. Todd Chrisley. Who takes home the title of worst reality TV dad husband? Personally, I really dislike watching these two men on the small screen. They are vain and most definitely know that this article is about them. More often than not, they don't seem to care who they hurt as long as they come out on top. But eventually, all their bad deeds catch up with them. Todd built an empire on southern charm, expensive taste, and tight control over his perfectly curated, traditional family. Chrisley Knows Best was supposed to showcase his picture-perfect life, but behind the designer blazers and one-liners was a storm brewing. And when it hit hard. Let's start with the legal troubles. Todd and his wife, Julie Chrisley, were serving time for bank fraud and tax evasion to the tune of $30+ million. Not exactly God-fearing Southern gentleman behavior. Their reality TV image wasn't just exaggerated. It was allegedly built on a mountain of lies, forged documents, and shady financial gymnastics. Then there's the parenting. Todd's obsession with control bled into every aspect of his kids' lives. From dictating their clothes no limited to micromanaging their love lives, he ran the household with an iron fist wrapped in a pastel cardigan. And while it was played for laughs on TV, it clearly had consequences. His relationship with daughter Lindsay Chrisley became so strained that she cut ties completely. Publicly, on multiple occasions. And we can't skip his obsessive vanity. Todd was more invested in his Botox schedule than in half the plotlines on his own show. He used his appearance like armor, but as the legal walls closed in, the cracks in the facade grew harder to ignore. Todd's downfall may have been spectacular, but for years, that downfall was actively hurting the people closest to him. All while he smiled for the cameras and quoted scripture. Then we have Kody, the polygamist patriarch of sister wives, who somehow managed to turn a show about religious plural marriage into a years-long masterclass in emotional neglect. The father of 18 began the series with 4 wives. However, he has ended season 19 with 1 wife, 3 exes, and a family that's fractured beyond repair. And the wildest part, he still doesn't seem to understand what went wrong. Let's start with the parenting. Kody has openly favored some children over others, often showing up for Robin Brown's kids while ignoring birthdays and milestones for the rest. The emotional whiplash his children have endured, especially during COVID, when he enforced rules that only applied to certain households, was brutal to watch. And his husband credentials? Even worse. He gaslit his wives for years, belittled their concerns, and then acted shocked when they left. Christine Brown's exit was a TLC-worthy mic drop, and Janelle Brown's quiet departure was the final nail in the spiritual marriage coffin. Then there's the religious righteousness. Kody used faith to justify his behavior. But only when it suited him. The heavenly principle of plural marriage became a punchline as he slowly retreated into a monogamous corner with Robin, all while insisting he was still operating under God's plan. Kody's financial dysfunction also deserves a shout-out. The Brown family's money issues have been a recurring theme. From investing in empty land, Coyote Pass, to juggling multiple mortgages while half the family lived in rentals. It was chaotic, unorganized, and ultimately unsustainable. And yet, through it all, Kody has maintained a shocking level of self-delusion. He still talks like he's the head of a united family. Sir, 3/4 of your wives left you on camera. The winner, Kody Brown. As messy as Todd is, and trust us, he's a walking cautionary tale, Kody takes the crown. Why? Because Todd's damage, while severe, came with a hard stop. The law intervened. The story had a clear arc. But Kody's dysfunction is still unraveling, and it's happening in real time. He continues to decimate relationships under the guise of leadership, using faith and favoritism to justify his every move. The emotional toll on his wives and children is ongoing. Todd may have been locked up, but Kody's still out here emotionally bankrupting his family with no court date in sight. Sister Wives star drops major bombshell from season 1 in new book teaser. Camera crew followed Kody. Christine Brown reveals Kody prioritized others over her during the birth of their daughter in new memoir. Sister Wives season the 19th of May have wrapped up, but the drama is far from over. A recent Instagram confession has raised questions about the storyline that was presented back in season 1 of the TLC reality show. On July 25, 2025, Christine Brown Woolley, who was Kody Brown's third spiritual wife, took to her Instagram page and shared her honest thoughts regarding a previous moment. "It's getting real." Grimace comment audio to get the link. Hashtag Christine Brown, hashtag new book release, hashtag sister wives, hashtag empowered women empower women, Christine wrote in the caption of the post. In the Instagram reel, Christine can be seen in a recording booth, laying down the audio for her new book, Sister Wife, a memoir of faith, family, and finding freedom. In the video shared, Christine read an excerpt from her new book, narrating a scene from the first season of Sister Wives, when she was in labor with her daughter, Kody Brown. Then, Kody wasn't present in the hospital to support his then-wife Christine during his delivery. Instead, he had some other priorities. The camera crew followed Kody that day, too. He rushed home to Robin Brown, Christine explained. Christine further added, he needed to check in, I don't know, the kids. Her feelings about my labor. Soon after, Christine looked at the camera, smiled, and raised her eyebrows. This particular event saw the light of day in the 4th episode of Sister Wives, Season 1, which was titled, Third Wife in Labor. At that point, Christine was in labor, but instead of visiting her in the hospital, Kody decided to meet Robin Brown. What really caught fans' attention was Kody and Robin's attempt to hide their pre-marriage kiss from the cameras. When Kody left to return to Christine, who was in active labor at the hospital, Robin tried to quietly close the door behind him, but not quickly enough, as the cameras captured their kiss. In a season 19 episode of Sister Wives, Robin addressed the moment and dismissed claims that they had acted improperly before marriage. According to Parade magazine, Robin claimed, "Oh, no, nothing. Little church kisses. Something you can do in front of your pastor, your bishop, or something." Robin also stated that she and Kody didn't kiss until they were engaged. While shedding light on their PDA moment, Robin explained, his face smashed mine. That was it, it wasn't anything super sexy. However, Christine gave birth to her and Kody's 6th child before Robin married the Brown family patriarch. Shortly afterward, the infant was also featured in the pair's wedding photographs. For those wondering, Christine's new book, Sister Wife, a memoir of faith, family, and finding freedom, will be released on September 2, 2025. The fans of the show, Sister Wives, have expressed their excitement for Christine's book. One social media user stopped by the comments section of Christine's Instagram post and wrote, "Love that you are reading it and not someone else, it makes books so much better to listen to. Can't wait to read." Followed by a second user who penned, "OMG Queen. The grin at the end is everything. Can't wait for your book. Heart." Another fan commented, "I cannot wait. This is as tea as it's going to get, so glad we're getting a book from you. Heart on fire, hooray."